YouTube, man, they already saying it's been some get back for the Bayzoo hit, man. They saying it was a shorty. She had something to do with it. So, don't know the full details, but we finna get into this video, man. Like, and you see what's cracking, man. Like I said, yeah, it's already been some get back for it. So, yeah, let's get into the video.
To see. Now, Chicago right now is on fire, y'all, and keep in mind it's the ending of October. You would think we would see all of what's going on transpire during the summertime, but it seemed like a domino effect has been taking place where one body drops and another shortly follows. Whether it's get back or retaliation for people who assume people had involvement in something, but who knows. But one thing we could all agree with is it's getting out of hand. You got guys who we assume escaped the drill era actually getting unalived, and then you have kids as young as 16 getting unalived, and then you have females also included in that mix. And all of this is happening all while guys are trolling each other in social media posts and or music videos and song lyrics. With all that being said, we have a female rapper from Chicago by the name of G.Ari who have been shot and unalived. G.Ari, who was also the baby mother of another Chicago drill rapper by the name of 757BA, who is currently incarcerated.
Okay.
The sad part of that situation is one parent is gone and the other parent is behind bars. This is the reality of most of the kids growing up in Chicago, where either a parent is not around due to a bunch of time being done in jail or they're in the grave. Can you imagine being him as he's incarcerated and have to hear the news that his children's mother is no longer here? Just the thought of that is crazy.
Now I'm gonna say this: if she has something to do with it, you can't really be mad. It is sad. Let me say that for sure. It is sad, but like that's why I always say, like, women, stay out of nigga business, bro. Don't get into the street. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with you. Do not get into it, because you just because you're a girl, you're not gonna get away with it. They gonna hit you up just like they be doing they Opps.
But it's another rabbit hole to go down when it comes to her losing her life and saying she was involved in another situation. G.Ari would be accused of getting into street business, the same business that she alludes to in her music, as she would be accused of having involvement in the unalivement of THF 46 member Bayzoo. Now, as y'all know, Bayzoo was shot and unalived over the weekend as he was leaving an auto parts store on the west side of Chicago. He was walking back to his vehicle when two suspects ran up and shot him multiple times, leaving over 20 shell casings from different caliber weapons on the scene. Now, it wasn't clear at first, but it said that he was taken to the hospital fighting for his life. When the news first spread, close family members stated that he was okay and he wasn't deceased. But come to find out a day later, that news would quickly change, because it'll be hinted by Bayzoo's wife and others close to him that Bayzoo did in fact lose his life. CPD hasn't named any suspects within the shooting, but as y'all know, social media didn't waste no time. They would point out an op from a rival set who seemed to have on the same clothing worn by one of the shooters. Social media will also point out that he would go live flexing cash right after the shooting, hinting that he may have gotten paid for his involvement, allegedly. However, it's not 100% confirmed who did what, but they did commit the shooting in a very busy area, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's only a matter of time before they get caught. From surveillance cameras on each establishment to license plate readers and other tools used by law enforcement to CBS reports, an article in regards to the shooting would state, quote, "A woman was critically hurt after being shot while inside a vehicle Monday afternoon on the city's south side. The shooting happened just before 5 p.m. near a McDonald's restaurant in the 7600 block of South Vincennes Avenue in the West Chatham neighborhood. According to Chicago police, the victim, a 26-year-old woman, was inside the vehicle when another unknown vehicle approached and someone from inside fired shots. She was hit in the abdomen and taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center in critical condition." Now, although it said that she was in critical condition, many of her peers would start taking to social media to announce that she had unfortunately passed away. Fonzo 6700 was one of them, as he took to his Facebook to say, quote, "Man, if only they knew the half, shorty. Real life, my effing dog. If I called you was coming no matter where and no matter the time, you never left me hanging. It never was a time you ain't opened that door for me, and for that, you will always have a place in my heart. I be so cold to losing MFs nowadays, but you literally got me feeling some type of way, superstar. I love you, shorty. All you wanted was to rap and take care of your son. You N-words gotta tighten up, man. It's so weak. I'm not even gonna overdump on this bit. You know what you know though, harder mode." Now, here's why many are accusing her of having involvement in Bayzoo's demise.
Yeah, you feel me?
It spread as a rumor at first, where some are saying that she dropped Bayzoo's location, allegedly. Now, honestly, I don't know where that came from, but it's been a rumor all over social media. It could be true, or it could be people just speculating and making rumors.
Like, did she see him out or something? Like, you know, like, if she allegedly did, like, did she see him out or something? Cause like, what is the chances of Shorty just following the dude, stalking him? Like, I ain't saying it can't happen, but like, did she just happen to see him out? You know, and it's like, hey, I seen such and such. You know, put them on him. But I don't know.
Solely because she lost her life right after Zoo.
Right,
so they're just trying to tie them both together, but who knows? But the rumor is that she dropped his location. But we don't know how true it is, but we do know that she is affiliated with THF 46 Opps indirectly because she's the baby mother of 757BA, whose set is tied to 051 Young Money, who are also Opps to Bayzoo and THF 46. Now keep in mind, it's still not 100% sure if that's even a reason, but small hints will be dropped by 051 members themselves. 051 Kymion, who was literally just trolling Bayzoo's death the day prior, would repost a Squid 8 post about Ari's death, and he would caption it saying, quote, "Praying for AV, free 757BA. Rest easy, love you shorty. You N-words is P and emotional wrecks. No points for this." Now if you read in between the lines, I think you can make out what he's trying to say. Still not saying that Ari is directly involved, but he definitely hinted what the motive behind her death could have been and who was behind it. I'll just leave it at that. Now on top of that,
yeah, like I said, this is allegedly, like, she could have, but then again, like I said, if she, you know, her baby daddy is, you know, one of the ops, they probably just saw her out and got on her. So you, like I said, you don't know, man. It's just sad, bro, that, you know, women getting hit. And it's like, you know, rest in peace to her for sure. But it's just like, you don't know. Like, she probably didn't have nothing to do with, you know, Bayzoo getting unalive. And they just probably saw her out. It's like, hey, let me, you know, take this opportunity to do this. You know, hurt dude while he in jail.
Another Facebook user would speak based on the unaliving of Ari, as they would say, quote, "You N-words been scrambling lately and it's getting sad. It ain't even that serious, trying to even scores, and now I ain't staying in the female place cause y'all shooting us instead of sliding on them N-words y'all really scared of." Sheesh. Now let's change narratives real quick, because we also heard of another narrative about the situation that can also be true, but we don't know. If y'all remember, a Chicago girl by the name of Romika Meeks was shot and unalive when she came in contact with her baby father's other baby mother by the name of Holly. Many people want justice, being that Holly was arrested and released after she claimed self-defense. So some people are on Facebook alleging that maybe Ari was shot and unalive over mistaken identity due to her having a similar car to Holly's, believing that maybe it was get back for Romika Meeks but towards the wrong person. Once again, we don't know how true it is, because anything at this point could be true until we get word about what really happened after an investigation. So do what you want with that information, but we figure it'll make more sense to properly break down why Ari is being accused of being involved in Bayzoo's unaliving, but then also shed light that it's more than one possibility as to what truly happened to her. Now on another note, y'all, please understand that not every female that gets caught up in the street is innocent. I've seen a post about someone saying, "What happened to no women and kids?" But the problem with that is that unwritten rule became null and void once those same women and kids started jumping into the streets with the men. You got female assassins out there too. Then you got kids 13, 15, and sometimes
you feel me, shooting at niggas that's 27, 30, you feel me? Bro, it's just like I said, it's just a never ending thing, bro. Like I said, it was an unwritten rule, bro, that women and kids is out of it. But like I said, it's some women out there that be in nigga business, bro. And these little niggas young. Like, you gotta start at some age, bro. 13 is usually around the age when you start being in the streets and, you know, banging and, you know, jumping off the porch. So
sometimes even younger, catching bodies as well.
Right.
In fact, I think we forgot that most of these kids during the early drill culture were every bit of 14, 15, and 16. At the time, bodies were still dropping. So there goes that. But also, when you got women now making drill songs and talking about catching bodies, sliding, dropping locations, back door
Exactly.
being open. It's kind of hard to feel sorry for them because they make themselves a part of the street just as anybody else, unfortunately. And they don't have anybody else to blame but themselves. Y'all see the Aspen Cartiers, the Mellow Bucks, and it's crazy because when something happens to them, everyone say things like, how could you do that to a female? But in reality, it be them antagonizing it sometimes too. And sometimes even more than men, as we just seen what happened between Aspen and Little Zay Osama. And I never condone anything happening to a woman, but I'm also not naive enough to think that a woman can't put belt to you just as much as the next man, especially in Chicago. So how I feel is this: if you're gonna stay on the sidewalk, stay on the sidewalk. But once you jump into that street, at some point, male or female, you bound to get hit.
You feel me? Rest in peace to her for sure. Like I said, you don't know that's the allegations, allegedly. But ladies, stay out of it, bro. They ain't, if you don't be getting in this drill shit, cause it ain't, bro. Y'all would make yourself a target as well.